It happened in the space of a heartbeat. 1 second, the spotlight at SoFi Stadium was fixed on SZA. The next, it caught Justin Bieber drifting across the stage, eyes glassy, lips missing half the words of the song Snooze. When he suddenly lifted the singer's hand to his mouth and kissed it, the crowd shrieked, and somewhere in the stands, Hailey Bieber's face turned to stone. Was the gesture a forbidden spark, a clumsy cry for help, or both? What happened that night has already been clipped, slowed down, and theorized to oblivion. Yet the real story cuts deeper than an onstage flirt. It's a collision of old chemistry, fresh billion-dollar triumphs, fragile health, and a marriage straining under the weight of the internet's microscope. Let's rewind the tape and follow the trail. May 24, 2025 was supposed to be just another stop on SZA's grand national tour. Instead, the stadium roared when Justin strode out, mic in hand, matching her black leather fit. From the first note, something felt off. His timing lagged. His gaze seemed to float above the crowd, and more than once, SZA had to tap his arm, mouth the lyrics, and steady him back on beat. The moment he kissed her hand, holding on a fraction too long, phones flew up and social feeds exploded with cheating headlines. But inside the noise, a quieter detail kept replaying. SZA wasn't swooning, she was anchoring. Viewers who slowed the clip saw her grip his shoulders, guide him through the final chorus, then pat his back as they walked off stage. It looked less like a stolen romance and more like a friend coaxing, a dazed bandmate through the fog. Still, the kiss was the frame everyone posted, and by sunrise, tabloids were drafting a brand new scandal. The internet smelled drama. Never mind that the scent coming off Justin was worryingly familiar. If the SoFi moment felt charged, it's because the fuse was laid 2 summers earlier. In August 2023, SZA dropped the dreamy Snooze video, and Justin's cameo, lounging in a sunlit bedroom, trading slow smiles, sent shippers into overdrive. He doubled down a month later on an acoustic remix, strumming beside her like the most relaxed duet partner alive. Back then, Hailey reposted the video with heart eye emojis and called the collab cute. Fast forward to 2025 and those same shots have been re-edited into TikToks predicting a secret affair. Fans point to lingering eye contact in the video, or the way Justin thanked SZA for seeing me in a behind-the-scenes clip. What they miss is context. In 2023, Justin was still recovering from a partial face paralysis and leaning on friends for gentle returns to the spotlight. SZA offered him a soft landing then, just as she tried to steady him at SoFi. But once the hand kiss gif went viral, history got rewritten in real time, and the loudest silence belonged to Hailey. Hours after the concert, Hailey quietly reposted a fan video of the performance with the caption, "My two faves," and a double pink heart emoji. No shade, no defense. Just 3 days later, she was back in headlines for something entirely different. Rhode, the skincare line she launched in 2022, signed a $1 billion acquisition deal with ELF Beauty, instantly crowning her the most successful celebrity founder since Fenty. Reporters expected a gushing husband at the celebration dinner in Beverly Hills. Instead, Justin was a no-show, and Hailey arrived with her Vogue cover glow, postpartum therapy, bracelet still peeking under the sleeves of her vintage suit. Friends say the birth of baby Jack 8 months earlier nearly cost her her life. A severe postpartum hemorrhage had her clutching Justin's hand in a hospital bed, convinced she might never see her son grow up. So when cameras later caught Hailey's expressionless stare at SoFi, viewers read jealousy. Those close to her saw something else. A woman scanning her husband's every micro-stumble, calculating whether she needed to sprint backstage, just as she once counted her own heartbeats in that delivery room. Whatever she felt, she didn't. Let it surface, that's the power and the curse of a billion-dollar poker face. Justin's onstage haze wasn't a first offense. It was part of a breadcrumb trail stretching back years. His 2022 announcement of Ramsay Hunt syndrome left half his face temporarily frozen, and although he's since regained movement, neurologists warn of lingering fatigue and vertigo. The wear showed in flashes. A March 22, 2025 Instagram reel where he confessed, "I think I hate myself sometimes when I feel myself start to become inauthentic," then admitted he still battles anger spikes. In April, paparazzi filmed him outside a coffee run, mumbling, "This has to stop," as shutters popped, another plea that quickly became a meme. By June 6th, he was limping through West Hollywood with a black knee brace, looking slimmer than ever. Phone case proudly holding a half-smoked blunt. Insiders whispered that canceled tours and an expensive lawsuit with former manager Scooter Braun had stretched his cash flow thin. Gossip pages even claimed Hailey might end up bailing him out. Each new sighting feels heavier than the last, and fans who once cheered his carefree stoner persona now trade worry in the comments. When your body is still fighting a nerve virus and your mind is posting cryptic self-hate confessions, the line between performance slip-up and medical flare-up blurs fast. Which brings us back to that kiss on SZA's hand. Was it passion, or was it a man searching for something solid to hold before the lights faded again? We're only halfway through. The evidence and what comes next will test every theory. By early April 2025, the gossip mill was spinning hard enough to drown out the SoFi screams. Paparazzi claimed Justin had moved into a hotel. Blind items hinted Hailey was shopping for a shark of a divorce lawyer, and tabloids recycled old clips of the couple looking tense at restaurants. On April 5th, the two of them stomped on that story the only way they know how, by letting TMZ follow them on an ice cream run. They lingered inside a Cold Stone creamery, fed each other bites, and left hand in hand while fans outside chanted, "Stay together." The sugar-coated photo op slowed the rumor engine but didn't kill it. 3 weeks later, Justin dropped an Instagram story loaded with flex energy. "Honestly, if I were you, I'd hate on us too. We're UP right now." Critics called it a tantrum disguised as confidence. Supporters reposted it as proof the marriage was ironclad. Then came the caption that detonated like bad fireworks. On June 3rd, he posted a blurry selfie, scrawled one word across it: loyalty. The comment section imploded. Was he praising Hailey, warning her, or shading someone else entirely? The ambiguity was gasoline on a blaze that hadn't cooled since SoFi. Hours after Loyalty went live, Hailey quietly unpinned all their wedding photos from her Instagram highlights. Fans screenshotted the change before she repinned them. A day later, sparking a fresh theory that the couple were waging passive-aggressive Cold War via stories and archive toggles. And just when watchers thought things couldn't get messier, Justin fired off the now infamous Vogue cover post. In a single paragraph, he congratulated Hailey on landing American Vogue, reminded the world he once told her she'd never achieve. It then apologized for being sadly mistaken. Within hours, the backlash forced him to delete the caption and replace it with a trail of emojis, but screenshots live forever. For longtime believers, this was a grim déjà vu. The same impulsive overshares that once fueled purpose-era tabloid sagas, now repackaged for parenthood and high-fashion milestones. Hailey, who had just disclosed nearly dying from postpartum hemorrhage after baby Jack's birth, was suddenly fielding commenters who accused her of staging medical trauma for sympathy clicks. Behind the gloss of ice cream smiles and billion-dollar press releases, the seams of a young family looked ready to pop. Yet the loudest earthquake came from people who had never met the Biebers at all. Millions of strangers tapping, trimming, and remixing those shaky SoFi seconds into a storyline they could own. TikTok is where rumors mutate at light speed, and the platform devoured the hand kiss like a school of piranhas. Within 48 hours, videos tagged hand thing kissing racked up over 100 million views. Creators slowed the clip, froze Justin's thumbs brushing SZA's ring, overlaid Marvin Gaye hooks, and captioned it, "Find someone who looks at you like this." Spin-off edits cut to Hailey's blank stadium expression, then back to SZA's gentle face grab, ending with the question, head over heels or high as the sky? As the meme spread, a pair of dueling hashtags took shape. Team SZA, all purple hearts and dreamy remixes, argued that the onstage chemistry was destiny finally showing its hand. Protect Hailey accused SZA of opportunism and called Justin a serial heartbreaker. A smaller, nastier tag, "Our Leave Hailey," surfaced under lip-sync videos that repurposed breakup anthems as mock sympathy for the uptight wife. What each side craved wasn't truth, but adrenaline. Engagement numbers shot through the roof whenever someone claimed an inside source or hinted at secret DMs. Even TikTok's own 2025 trend report quietly noted shipping scandals as its most bankable content category this quarter. Traditional outlets scrambled to keep up. Page 6 re-reported decade-old incidents, Justin slamming a car door in Hailey's face, the time she mocked Selena Gomez's eyebrows, as if they'd happened yesterday. Pop culture podcasts declared the Beal breakup imminent, citing a body language expert who read 15 seconds of red carpet footage like tea leaves. Meanwhile, Hailey's postpartum interview about trauma got twisted into a conspiracy thread. If she nearly died, why was she partying at SoFi 3Y? Months later, empathy vanished, speculation paid better, and then came the filters. Creators stitched Justin's loyalty post over footage of SZA wearing a green tour robe. The algorithm latched onto the color and pushed every green-tinted duet to 4 U pages worldwide. Users chasing clout recorded fake reaction videos, gasping as if real-time DMs were popping onto their screens. Each upload rewrote the story a little more, until the original footage was barely recognizable. Yet buried under edits and eerie slow-mos sat the simplest version, a couple under relentless surveillance, and a friend holding steady on a stage the whole world watched. The question no clip could answer was who, if anyone, was protecting these people once the ring light switched off. Scroll past the memes and a quieter narrative emerges. One scripted not by clicks but by cardiologists, neurologists, and therapists. Justin's nervous system battle with Ramsey Hunt left him with residual vertigo. Doctors say a sudden wash of stadium strobes can scramble balance and cognition. Combine that with a touring schedule his camp allegedly wants revived to offset legal costs, and you have a ticking health grenade. Business insiders whisper that insurers won't greenlight a full world tour unless Justin appears stable in small cameo spots first. That makes the SoFi walk-on less a casual surprise and more a high-stakes test flight, one that wobbled in front of 20,000 phones. Hailey isn't just the spouse in the audience. She's a new mother metabolizing medical shock of her own. She told Vogue that while bleeding out after Jack's delivery, she thought, people die from this. Since then, she's stacked therapy sessions like armor plates. Yet even a mental health routine can't outpace an algorithm designed to monetize every exhale. Some nights, friends say, she deletes Instagram for an hour just to breathe without sponsored comparisons. Other nights, she doom scrolls in bed beside a husband who's doing the same thing, each of them staring into a mirror that talks back. Mental health advocates warn that public catastrophizing can become a self-fulfilling spiral. Justin's March. Real confessing self-doubt wasn't staged drama. Neurologists note that lingering facial nerve pain often pairs with mood swings and episodes of derealization. Every viral clip mocking his blank stare risks cementing the very anxiety he's fighting to outrun. Hailey's situation is parallel. Postpartum anxiety is highly sensitive to hostile social commentary, and platforms reward exactly that hostility. The internet may think it's watching a soap opera, but the cast members feel every punch in real time. And where are the professionals? One former tour manager, speaking anonymously, claims anyone who questions Justin's readiness is labeled negative energy and frozen out. Another source says Hailey's team wants her to slow Rhodes' expansion to shield family time. Yet board pressure after the billion-dollar deal makes that pause unlikely. Layer on baby sleep deprivation, lawsuit pressures, and a fan base split between worship and scorn, and you have a couple walking a high wire over a canyon of public expectation. All it takes is one more slip, another trembling lyric, another misphrased caption, for the narrative machine to roar back to life. The stakes are no longer who kisses whose hand. They're whether two young parents can keep their health, their sanity, and their marriage intact in a carnival where privacy sells for pennies. So what did the SoFi spotlight really expose? Maybe nothing more sensational than a fragile moment in two overlapping life stories. A chronically ill pop star stepped into a blaze of lights he hadn't rehearsed for, and a friend did what friends do. She steadied him. A wife watched from the crowd, jaw set the way all partners tense up when the person they love wobbles in public. The kiss, too long, too soft, too meme-ready, became the screen everyone projected their own movie onto. But beyond the clickbait lies a harder truth. Fame has always fed on proximity, yet never in history have millions been able to zoom in, slow down, and annotate a single heartbeat of footage in real time. That power turns honest stumbles into open season speculations and real medical symptoms into punchlines. It pressures artists to prove vitality on demand and punishes them when that vitality cracks. Justin, who once serenaded arenas while barely old enough to vote, now performs under terms dictated by insurance actuaries and TikTok trend forecasts. Hailey, who should be celebrating a billion-dollar exit and a healthy baby, spends nights toggling privacy settings to filter out strangers diagnosing her marriage. Where do they go from here? If the past weeks have taught us anything, it's that every public gesture, ice cream spoons, Instagram fonts, onstage hand kisses, will be mined for hidden meaning. Maybe the next time Justin steps into a surprise duet, his team will insist on stricter rehearsal, or maybe he'll stay off the stage entirely. Maybe Hailey will press post on a road campaign shot and ignore the comments for a weekend. Or maybe the couple will surprise everyone by retreating offline, raising their son in something closer to silence. One thing is certain: the mystery that keeps feeding the algorithm will only deepen until the people at its center either reclaim the story or stop telling it altogether. Was the kiss a cheating clue, a desperate grasp for grounding, or a forced test run gone sideways? We still don't know, and that uncertainty is the very fuel driving billions of views. What's left for viewers now is a choice. Hit replay and squeeze one more theory out of a shaky 5-second clip, or look away long enough for real life to unfold without a filter. The next move belongs to Justin and Hailey. Whether it's another headline-grabbing flourish or a quiet break from the glare, it will rewrite everything we think we know until the cycle spins again.
Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe for more deep dives, because the next digital fairy tale might be unraveling as we speak.